Alright guys, try to stay with me on this one. I had to script it out, but I'll definitely provide the transcript of this video in the description. So please do your best to stay with me. I'm about to hit you guys with a lot of information. So I'm about to just dive into it. In Photoshop, each sequential radar image was overlaid and combined to form a more complete picture of the event over Washington on the 28th of October, 2011. As you can see here in the first frame, a rather unusual weather pattern is displayed. When we take each individual frame in Photoshop and overlay one on top of the other, a more complete picture of this unnatural event over Washington begins to take shape. You can clearly see a bullseye pattern hovering in place. This bullseye pattern has a center and 3 rings. Each feature is 10 miles apart. The radius of this event is almost exactly 40 miles, with a diameter of 80 miles. This is over 5,000 square miles. Now you may ask, what could possibly generate such an unusual symmetrical pattern? There is only one possibility: a standing waveform. A standing waveform is generated when a wave energy traveling through a medium undergoes constructive interference. A normal wave will travel out and disperse into space, but standing waves are noticeably different. The wave itself keeps traveling, but a region forms where the energy builds to very high levels, similar to your microwave oven, where hot and cold spots form due to standing wave patterns. Such a vast standing waveform would almost certainly have to have been generated by an EMF, electromagnetic field. We can determine the radius of the event, the speed of light, and the number of rings that the frequency used to generate this particular event is at approximately 9,000 hertz. Let's break this number down real quick. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, and each wave has a high and a low point, just like a sine wave. These high and low points become the nodes where tremendous amounts of energy can build. The spots in the middle are called antinodes and have no energy capacitance effect. So each waveform each waveform has 2 standing wave event areas where we could see interesting effects. Since this event has 4 areas, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can determine that each wave has a length of 20 miles. Now when we divide the speed of light by this number, we get a frequency of approximately 9,000 hertz. From our measurements, based on the radar images, we came up with the results of 8,700 to 9,300 hertz. With more precise data, we can pinpoint this even closer. This is very interesting because 9,000 hertz and below is not often used anywhere around the world. Or is it? Nikola Tesla, one of the world's greatest minds, who single-handedly changed the world on a scale that no one else has, experimented with wireless transmission of energy in this frequency range. He reportedly developed various devices that could be used for peace or destruction, including a massively powerful death ray. Tesla later died. His research lab burnt to the ground, and all his papers were seized by the government and have yet to be released. It is commonly accepted that Tesla's death ray is likely the original idea behind HAARP. Russia has their own HAARP facility, and both Russia and the United States have agreed that they can experiment with them in any way that they wish, as long as they do so in their own territory and do not use it to attack another country. With the Bilderberg plot thickening and many things becoming more obvious, you have to ask, what is going on with all these intense and unprecedented storms in the U.S.? So I'm going to leave it at there for now, and at this point I'm going to ask you guys to hit subscribe and like, as I do with all my other videos, because we're going to come at you with some more related information to these phenomenons, which obviously are not natural. So there you have it, and there's a brief explanation of what HAARP could possibly be and how it's formed. So thank you, have a good night, and be safe.